Hello, welcome to Random Vibes with T. This is Tanya. I am sitting out in front of my daughter's school. Well, actually in the parking lot waiting for her to come to the car or school to let out. I got here kind of early today because I had some errands to run. Well, I pray that everyone is feeling well, doing good, and walking in your truth. It is Wednesday, November the 29th. I am truly amazed at how fast this year has gone by. Like Christmas is a few weeks away, as well as my birthday. Well, not a few weeks away. It's in January, but hey, as fast as November went by, I'm quite sure December will go by just as fast. Let's see, can I turn in here? Nope, I have to wait my turn. Yeah, so just sitting here, like I said, just waiting on her. Man, look at the huge visitor. I have like one bump there, two over here. Must be close to that time of the month for me. So I have to endure that. But all in all, I'm doing good. A lot of changes have come about over the last week. Some things that I'll be sharing a little further down the road. When I say God is just so good, I will share this, that June of this year, this summer, God had spoke to me and told me that I'm going to be in a phase of transition. And I didn't understand exactly what God had in store for me, but I trust God. He's my father. I look up to him. I let him guide me. So I wasn't concerned at all. I've been actually excited to see what he has in store, what plans he has for me, where he's trying to lead me, guide me, what he's setting aside just for me, how he is going to use me. So I would say 2023 started off, New Year's Eve coming into New Year's Day was one of the worst experiences I have ever had coming into a new year. And it seemed like from that point, no matter how uplifted I remain, how positive I remain, how faithful I remain, it's like every month, I don't think it's a month, including this month of November, I don't think it's been a month this year that I haven't had some type of trial, some type of issue, whether it was me directly or my loved ones, my kids, my father, my brother. It's just been one thing after another, but I remain faithful. I know that there is nothing God can't do. There is nothing that you can't get past. As long as you have faith in God. God will cover us. We're his children. And he says in his word that he will never leave or forsake us, that he has us. And so I stand strong in my faith. And because of that, every issue that has come across my path, I have bound, I have rebuked, I have prayed on. God has given us the authority, his children, to speak over these things, and to cast these things away from you. And I have been walking in that so much this year. And I sit back and reflect at how closer and closely I'm walking with God in this year. And it happened so gradually, so natural. I think this past Monday, I was just sitting back in my private time with God and just talking to my father, my dad, I have my earthly dad and I love him, but my father in heaven, And I just shared and just thanked him for the transformation that I have recognized within myself, that other people has recognized as well, and that I'm receiving everything that he's saying. It was at some point this year that I actually uttered these words and really had to repent and take it back, that what's going on, God? You tell me you're going to do a transformation, and then I don't hear from you. It's like silence. I didn't know that that was purposeful. After I sat back and had to think, God said that because I've been going through so much, because there has been so many issues involving myself and those that I love, and I have been pulled from one direction to the next, trying to be an ear, lend a shoulder, praying for people, coming together with people, that I've almost been overwhelmed. I don't claim being overwhelmed, because I know that I'm not, that God's not going to put more on me than I can bear. However, God said that this is why he needed me to be still and to be quiet. And in those quiet moments, it's not that he had left me, and I know that, but I was restless. And I realized that, hey, this is a part of your transformation. If you can just be still, if you can just really give it to God and trust God, if you can just sit and be silent. God wasn't speaking to me in the way that I was familiar. That's what threw me off. He found a whole nother way to communicate with me, and it all depended on my moment of silence, my moment of stillness. I couldn't hear him beyond my own rhetoric, my own mind. We can really get in our own way, block our own blessings. And me going off a habit, how I was used to God coming to me, how I was used to God speaking to me, and for that to have changed threw me off. So once I realized that, girl, God hasn't left you, which I knew, but the devil tried to play mind games, without getting into detail. So much that I've gone through just myself in this year, and being a support for all of those around me. I'm the eldest child, so a lot of things kind of lay at my feet, single mom. So I play a head role in a lot of places, but I also know that that's not going to be permanent. God has already shown me my future husband, that'll be my head, that'll be my life partner. That's another whole testimony in that. But just right now, talking about my transformation, my walk with God, my closer walk, that better understanding. Actually, I was sharing with one of my prayer partners how God revealed to me to reread Revelations. And so my first thought was like, I've read this several times, but I know that if you just do what God say and you just abide by what he says, just take heed that his reason to have you to do certain things will reveal itself. I had just got into Revelations, and it's not that the story is different, of course. It just hit me differently. And though you know the story, you know what that book is about, I was having new revelations. I was getting more from my reading, I discovered more about myself in the reading. When I say God just comes through when you need it, it's just a beautiful thing. I'm just in a state right now here today of being grateful and thankful. And I'm not going to be shy about my love for my father. I'm not going to be reserved about that. At one time, I was thinking, would I put this on my page? But it's a part of who I am. So why would I not? Why would I not put it on here? It's definitely a part of my life. And I'm sharing parts of my life. So why not share this part? You know? And so that's what I'm doing today. I don't know further down the line how I'm going to share this part of my life and what things I'm going to share, because most people know certain things God do want you to reveal and share, because that's, as his children, we are to testify and to bring other people into the fold. And you can't do that without talking about God, about his goodness and the things that he's done for you, so you can be a living testimony and example for others, so they can realize he do it for me. And I'm not a saint, an angel. I sin, have sinned, and probably will sin again. But that's his grace and his mercy. So, and if that's something that, and I believe that that's something that God wants me to incorporate on this platform, then that's what I'm going to do. And whomever it reaches, whether it's just one or a million, I'm just going to do what I'm guided to do. I'm going to honor my father the way I should honor him. And so that's all I'm going to leave you guys with. I'm getting closer to the front door of the school. You know how this school traffic, you got to drive in a single line, single file, move accordingly. So I'm getting closer now to interacting with more cars, and I want to be alert and pay attention. Let me just share this. On my way to my daughter's school, I had to go near the local mall where I live here in Virginia. I had just came down the street, past the mall. I had to make a turn to go to one of the side stores adjacent to the mall. I got out the car, got back in the car. I was in that building 2 seconds because I had to pick up a document. Got back in the car, turned to get back on the same major road where the mall is. It was a total of 7 minutes. There were 2 accidents in front of that mall in 7 minutes. One accident, I, for the life of me, can't understand. It was a minivan that was stuck in the middle of the street at the lights. It had been hit in the front, on the driver's side as well as the passenger side, but it was no other car there. I don't know if the person hit that person and fled the scene. My eyes irritated, I can see it. I don't know if that was the case, but it was the only vehicle sitting there. And I had noticed some people had gotten out and was standing there, I guess being of assistance until the police or the emergency units got there. Get to the, so traffic completely full. Get to the next light. Another accident. This time was on the opposite side of the street. And it seems that a young lady ran into the back of a SUV. And when I said she ran into the back of it, the whole front half of her car was underneath the SUV. And it looked as though she was pinned in, like from her legs down, because and that must have had just happened before I came down the street, because people were getting out, and I saw a man like dot across the street, run across the street to her car. So I just started to pray. I asked God to give me traveling grace and mercy, to cover me in the blood. And I prayed for all of those that were involved in the accident. Everyone that are traveling on these roads. People are so caught up with Christmas shopping and all of these things that they're just not paying attention. Whew. And I have to go right back out that way once I pick my daughter up. And I'm just continuing to pray that God get us to our destination safely with no incidents, no accidents. You know, that we return to all of our destinations the way that we that we started out here today. But I just had to pray, because that's something to see 2 accidents in a 7-minute time span. I just like, woo, Lord. That's why I don't like to me, this is like last minute Christmas shopping going into December. I do have myself a few gifts to get, and that's only because I'm ordering online. But as far as going into some stores, not me. That's not on my plan. But I'm here now in front of my daughter's school. I finally made it to the door. I guess she'll be coming out shortly. But I'll check back with you guys a little later, and I'll just keep you posted as to what I am led to do, and how I believe that whatever God is having me to do, it's not only going to be a blessing for me, but a blessing to others. So until I see you guys or speak to you guys again,